There we go. There's the countdown. Hey, good evening, everyone. Turn Giants hitting you here with a bit of a pregame and a couple little extras we're going to throw in tonight. So tonight we got Dash over here, my main man. How you doing?
I'm good. I just want to open up the podcast by looking at all you viewers and say, got Milik, anybody?
Oh man, that's bad.
I know.
It is bad. We did discuss that. It is what it is. It's not the only corny thing we're going to be talking about tonight. There's a little bit more on the docket. But yeah, just before we really get started, I just want to apologize. There's some technical difficulties on the YouTube side. We weren't able to schedule the stream. So we're just kind of popping up. Hopefully you catch us. It is what it is. But we're going to roll with it. So first things first. Yeah, let's talk about the milkman here. Yeah, just what do you think of it? There's a lot of opinions out there right now.
Yeah, so everybody in Turin, we just want to open up and say, hide your wife, hide your kids, because the new Milik man is coming down to town. So Milik, it's a mixed review because a lot of people are losing their minds over it. I kind of think I'm not there yet. I don't see a reason to go crazy about it because for me, it is what it is. It's a 3-4 year depth signing where he's at $3.5 million. I mean, we have DeCilio, we have a bunch of other players at that thing. I think the milkman is there essentially to send the bottle home at the end. I mean, you sub him in, Vlahovic gets tired or something like that, or it's just not falling for him that night. You bring in the milkman delivers. That's kind of what go for it.
No, I have to rename the stream. The amount of dad jokes that are already flying.
I know we're shooting for it. Hey guys, it's Friday. You know, pre-Roma game. We got to have a little bit of fun. There's some people raining on parades, but we're not about that. We don't want that kind of smoke. So we're gonna call him the Milik man. So.
Sorry, guys. I'm not going to keep a straight face this whole.
I know. It's just like I was thinking about it because I'm like sitting there. I'm like, we could have so many plays with his last name. So we're just going to go with all of them and we're going to drop them all. So, he literally is he's the delivery guy at this point because you bring him in. He drops in a goal at the end. Boom, delivers. Milik man. That's what you want. You come in, you drop a jug, and that's it. In this case, he drops a goal. But the signing for him, there isn't another player that essentially can replace Vlahovic. And I'm not saying that Milik is going to be the next Vlahovic or drop 20 or 30 goals a season. No. That's not it at all. What you need is a change of pace striker. You need someone that can come in there and that can ruffle some jimmies, that can come in and cause some issues for an opposing defense. Milik is that number 9 guy. I understand the injury concern for Milik, that a lot of people are worried that, like, hey, this guy's never healthy, he has issues like that. But guys, he's not the 38-game starter. He's not the guy that you want punching in 90 minutes week in, week out. He's not that guy. He's there for Coppa Italia. He's there for 15, 10-minute relief minutes for Vlahovic in the Serie A. I mean, even with Champions League, we're playing that Israeli team. I can't even pronounce their name. Haifa.
Maccabi Haifa, yeah.
Yep, Maccabi Haifa. So he's going to be that guy that plays against Maccabi Haifa, just to garbage time or something like that. Or even garbage time if we're up against Benfica 3-0 or if we're clapping PSG 4-0. Thinking positive, happy thoughts, guys. But no, he's going to come in there for that, and that's what he's doing. I mean, I think he's more potent. He's more consistent than Moise Kean is. You can come at me and say it's the Uber Eats League. Fair enough, but he did actually do fairly well with Napoli. So you're not going to just be getting an Uber Eats one-shot hero like Keane, because let's be real here, guys. Like, Keane flopped at Everton. He did well in France, and that was it, and that's it. So it gives you a different look. I mean, he is the definition of a number 9 striker, and I honestly think having him on the squad will keep Vlahovic a little bit on his toes because, okay, cool, there's another guy here that kind of does the same stuff that I do. I'm clearly better than this guy, but again, if I slip or if I slack, he'll come in. It's almost kind of like a Muriel and Zapata at Atalanta where, it's a change of pace. You take off Zapata, you throw in Muriel for a little bit of a change of pace up top. I'm okay with it. I'm not freaking out. I'm not going to go out here and say the management is stupid, they're dumb, they don't know what they're doing, 3-year project. I thought Arriva Bene was going to do this 3-year project, and it's just weird. Like, you guys got to chill, man. Like, this is a loan with an option. This isn't that we purchased the player. So, like, it's not a guarantee. Same thing going into Paredes as well. It looks like it's going to be a loan with an option to buy. Certain terms will make it an obligation. So, again, it's prove it deals. These players are coming in on prove it deals. Prove to me that you can do it, we'll keep you in a little bit longer. If you don't, you're out the door with Allegri. So I don't know.
Or,
I mean,
or with Allegri.
or with Allegri. Yeah,
if
touche.
you're on that trade right now.
Yeah,
too,
they're going to be like, hey, so Turin Airport's going to need like 3 or 4 more private jets because we're shipping them all out. But yeah, I don't see the necessity for freaking out or being like super cynical or anything like that. It's guys, just wait and see. Like, just calm down, relax. Anything can happen. I think it's not a bad move. I think we need some depth positions because back then, when we were dominating, we had depth positions like. Lord Storaro was a depth position. Even though he would trip over his own ball or do a weird karate kick, he was a depth guy. That's what Milik is. The milkman is that. That's all he is. He's there to take a jug, deliver it in at the 90th minute. Nothing more, nothing less. And that's my expectations for him.
And to be fair, I don't think it's everyone that's throwing shade at the guy right now. We've mentioned it multiple times, pretty much every time, that the Twitter... I mean, it attracts some of the worst, and I honestly believe a lot of the fans out there don't believe that. Maybe they get on the hype train a little bit, and because of that, I think that's where a lot of this rhetoric is coming from with Milik, is that he's been linked with us for so many years, but he's kind of been linked with us as the number one guy coming in. But that isn't the case, as you mentioned. So we shouldn't put as much stock into the gravity of this move with Milik in this case, because yeah, he's going to be the number 2. It's an improvement over Keane, and those who had listened to me before know I was a bit of a Keane fan, but let's be honest, he hasn't. We need somebody better, and at least give Milik the chance. Absolutely, he has shown a certain level of class and skill. Let's see what he does, and if he gives us a reason to maybe throw some hate his way. Sure, okay, but let's see what he has. He's coming in fresh. He might even play tomorrow, which is kind of crazy, thinking that quick turnaround. He just flew in yesterday. So, I mean, yeah, the socials have been beating Milik to death. Let's just see what happens. Let's hope for the best. And if he pans out, I mean, if he does, the management are going to look real good with the numbers on this one. Because it's not even I think it's 800,000 with another 800,000. That's the latest I saw on that. It's regardless what the official numbers are, because we haven't had official yet, at least not from multiple confirmed sources. But it's cheap. So, man, that's what they were looking for. We got to spend money on potentially Paredes. They said they're done, but maybe left back. Let's just see what happens, guys. And yeah, I mean that's all there really is at this point.
Exactly.
But,
yeah, looking at the cost perspective too, comparing Depay to this. I mean, Depay wanted 7.5 to 8 million, and what happens if he flopped? Try moving that contract. No one's gonna take it.
Or injured, because he's just, if not more, injury prone than Milik.
Yeah.
So
no.
Again, what were our options in our price bracket for the type of player that Allegri was looking for? And I believe Milik is more of an Allegri player. I know the fans. I wanted to pay. Everyone wanted to pay. I get it. But Milik's our guy now, so our number 2 guy. Number 2.
In keeping up with the theme of dad jokes here, but like think of it this way: like people got to look at Milik not as the fine wine. Vlahovic is the fine wine that you have on the shelf that you keep there for a while. Milik is milk. It goes bad quickly. It's a quick replacement. You just put it in there. Yeah, put it with your cereal. Maybe put it a little bit in your espresso if you do that. And then that's it. It runs its course. Out of here. Adios. He's not that long term. He's a 2-3 year solution just to hold the fort down. So he's in football terms, he's football Milik. So not your fine wine.
Too.
Yes.
Yeah, he's 29. He isn't a fine wine. Like there was a lot other older options too. I don't know. Should I say Zeko again? The amount of time.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it is what it is. But I don't really want to beat that dead horse because I think that's really all we've been hearing about. Figured we'd just talk about it a little bit. But that's also reason to potentially get excited for the next man coming. If it does follow through. They're saying Sunday for Paredes. So do you think that's happening? Is that one going to be a thing this Sunday or potentially early in the week?
Well, I mean, Nicolo Schira is saying it's in the final leg, so I trust him. He's been pretty accurate with everything that we've been hearing over the past couple of, this whole Mercado has literally just been on the Nicolo Schira show because everyone else has just been madness. But I think he's a good fix, man. I think he's what we need. And the thing is what irritates me, what kind of rubs me the wrong way is like the arguments that people have against him, like, oh, he's washed, he's this, or blah, blah, blah. Yet some of those people are the ones that are advocating for Jorginho. So it's like, oh, Paredes is old and high wages, etc. But, when we were linked to Jorginho, certain folks were like, oh, yeah, we need Jorginho, even though he's older and wants more money, just because, and I'm going to throw this. I'm not an Italian shill. I don't care about being an Italian shill. I just want to win. That's all that's really all that matters to me. Like, if a player is great, elite, and he's Italian, and he's at Juve, great. No problem with Chiesa. I'm happy with it. But, like, and this is me coming at Zaniolo, but, like, we can't sit there and freak out about Zaniolo because, oh my God, he's Italian. Dude's not proved anything.
You had to bring him in, knowing that I like him.
I know, I'm sorry, but, like, it's just one of those things, man. It's just like, if Zaniolo was a great player, lights it up with Dybala this year, I'll sit there and be like, damn, Davide, you got me on that one. Zaniolo actually wasn't just smoke. It was like the legit Inferno that you told me that he was. But like Paredes, he's a regista. We need a regista. And the thing is like, yeah, we have Ravella, but like you need an established regista. So then one, you help Ravella develop because one, there's a sense of competition between the two. Two, you take the pressure off Ravella. If Ravella's your main regista, same thing with Locatelli because Locatelli can't do it. Yeah. He can try to do it. He just can't do it. It's just not his cup of tea. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. So, like, we bring in Paredes, if hopefully he's not injury prone when he's with us, but you never know. But, like, if he's there, it gives Ravella a sense of development because you have someone that's more experienced than him in the position that'll actually teach him a thing or two. Usually they do. I mean, most players pass knowledge off. So you'll have two set registas, which kind of fixes your midfield issue because, like, for example, if we noticed the Samp game, when Ravella came in, he actually tried playing as a regista instead of whatever the hell Locatelli was trying to do that game. It's like almost him and Bremer switched positions. I still don't understand that.
There
that
was a bit
weird
of a
to me.
swap there, yeah.
Yeah, like it was weird, but it'll change a lot. I got this hunch. I have this feeling that if we're factoring Paredes into the squad and we play him, we're gonna see a totally different play style. You might see a play style similar to what we saw against Sassuolo, but I also think that we're gonna see the old play styles of the old Juve because Pjanic was the ball handler back then, and Pjanic could deliver a ball anywhere. So I think we're going to start seeing the Juve of old with Paredes. I'm not saying that Paredes is an elite passer like Pjanic was, because Pjanic was the definition of an elite passer back then. I mean, he was top tier. Kind of lost a step now, but still pretty accurate on the ball. Yeah. But yeah, I'm for it. If it gets done on Sunday, I wish we would have got it done sooner because, we would have used him for Roma, but I think bringing him in is going to push us in the right direction. I just have full faith and confidence because, again, you have a distributor. The only issue then is how your mezzalas are going to play. And having Locatelli as a mezzala kind of eases it because then you could just tell Rabiot, hey, there's the guy with the ball. Just go tackle the shit out of him and just be about that. Don't do anything else. But
go be a body somewhere in somebody's face.
Yeah, just go hit him. Just hit him really hard.
And I think it's important to note, too, that, as you mentioned with the whole regista position, this is what Allegri's been asking for. So again, it's an Allegri player. So this is where I'm a bit divided. Yes, the 3-year plan, the rebuild, you want to see a lot of fresh young faces, but you also have to put the confidence in the manager, the coach, in what he wants. So yeah, I mean, if this fails, next year's gonna look completely different, I think, but for now, this is what we have. We have Allegri. This is the system he wants to set up. So I think it's going to be good. And the last few weeks, I haven't even really seen as much hate thrown towards him. I think people have kind of come around to him, perhaps. I don't know. Have you noticed that?
I think so. I mean, the main driving factor from what I've seen is the fact that the deal is a loan first and then a buy.
Yeah,
it's an option, possibly an obligation if certain objectives are hit. So we kind of have to see what those objectives are. But again, that's perfect, man. Because, like, for example, a lot of people in the community are saying, hey, this is a make it or break it year for Allegri. If he doesn't compete or at least make us close to winning the title, send him out of here. So that means, again, with the milkman and the paradaddy, so that means both of them are gone with them too, because I'm pretty sure that they're not going to be re-signed unless the coach really wants them, the new coach that comes in. So
I'm gonna have to vet your jokes before I get you on. Like this is,
I know. Well, hey, it's
hopefully you'll enjoy it.
I know, right? It's still we still have the monetization symbol. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. We're not getting demonetized yet.
Not yet.
But no. So yeah, I don't see an issue with it. I think we need to pump the brakes a little bit. I'm not gonna sit here and say, guys, be positive. Like, we need to be positive, but let's be objective here. Like, if it's not Paredes, you guys want to see that U formation every week? Because that's what's going to happen if we don't get Paredes. We're going to see that crap every single week until Ravella fully develops into like an actual starter for Juventus. Because he ain't there yet. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, just to remind you guys, please do like and subscribe. Ever since we relaunched this, a bit of celebration for us. It was for me, at least. The small victories, as they're called. But ever since we started this new segment of Turin Giants, we have reached that additional 100 subscriber mark. So thank you for everyone. But for everyone else, please like and subscribe. We can't really do the next thing on YouTube, which is polls and fan interaction, until we hit 500 subscribers. We're at 371. So 139 more. Yeah, please just hit that subscribe and get us rolling forward, because we have a lot more planned and we need you guys involved to do that. So, yeah, do that up, please.
Yeah. Also, guys, so with the interaction, so even after the live stream's ended, say that you're just, doing something, go to the recording. It'll be on YouTube. Just go in the comments, just even type for the algorithm or thanks guys or hey everybody. Just as long as you're doing interactions in the comments section, the algorithm will pick it up and will actually push the video out to other people. So if you don't feel comfortable sharing it on your news feed for Facebook or Instagram or etc., just go into the comments. Just type in a couple of comments like, hey, Dash and Davide, or thanks for the show, guys. Just do anything like that, because YouTube doesn't really go per se off of subscribers and views anymore. They're looking at interactions when they're doing their algorithm pushes. So especially like if we get those interactions in that, like even with our shorts that we're posting too, because recently we just posted a short on the milkman and also the Champions League draw and the Champions League result too. So like, even though like we're getting the views on those and we're getting people watching it, we also need the interactions as well, because that's what's going to push everything through the algorithm. So even though we're not live, just visit the video after, just type in a quick, hey, Dash and Davide, or thanks for the show, guys, or for the algorithm, just to get us that push through the algorithm so we can get that organic push.
Oh, yeah. Tons planned. And the Discord, throw that in there. I'll have everything in the description. After this, it'll be in the description because, again, technical difficulties. But I will have that. But, yeah, let's move on because I'm tired of doing the self-advertisement. It's a drag. I get it. Nobody wants to hear it.
Do it for the milkman, guys. Do it for the milkman.
But, yeah, let's move into our Champions League draw. And, break it down a little bit. Obviously, there's the one big name, PSG. That's going to be either the easiest or the hardest, because PSG loves to choke. Not so much in the group stage.
Heyo.
We like a few Frenchmen that like to choke.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's literally, I guess this is the bottling show, because we've got the Milik man with his milk bottles, and we've got God. PSG with them just bottling in general.
Who let this guy on the internet?
I know.
Oh,
you've unleashed the beast.
But yeah, hey, do you think PSG is going to be that threat?
Well, everybody was saying how Chelsea was going to sweep us, and I mean the second game they did, but we didn't really care at that point because we qualified. But like we beat them the first game, and we came in, played a tight game, and we beat them, and that was like them. September was like the first match week. It was like September, October, so it was like fresh off their Champions League high, and we beat them. Yeah. It was a masterclass, a tactical masterclass. So like the group stages for me, I don't really freak out too much about them, because like, for example, we played Barcelona first match week 2 years ago. We lost 2-0. Everyone's like, the end is nigh. I don't know the world, blah, blah, blah. And then we went to Camp Nou and we dropped them 3-0. Yeah. So it's like, As long as we qualify. I mean, that's the only thing. I kind of want us not to win the group because the last couple of years, the 3 years we've won the group, it doesn't work out that well apparently. So I'm just gonna say no. Let's just finish second and see if we might get different fortunes this time. But yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, Benfica, yeah, they're a good team. They're a consistent team. I don't think they're the same team from last year, and also, I think we're better than what Barcelona was last year. I honestly do. I still think Barcelona's in shambles this year, even though they have Lewandowski. But like the Barca team last year that played against the Benfica that beat them wasn't anything. Koeman wasn't a good coach. They just weren't getting things together. So I don't think Barcelona's a good baseline comparison. Like when people use that argument where like, oh, Benfica knocked out Barca and sent them into the Europa League and blah, 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 blah. I'm not too worried about it because that Barca team was a joke. Allegri, one thing, the difference between Allegri and that Barca team is Allegri will try to keep us organized. He will not. I would be surprised if we drop points to Benfica or the Israeli team. I would just be surprised. Especially the Israeli team. No offense to them. With all credit due. It's
not a hard name. Because
I forgot it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I forgot it because it's like Helfika, and then if I say Helfika, someone will be on the comments and be like, "No, it's Helseca, you dumbass," or something like that. So it's like.
So I'm sorry to all the Maccabi Haifa fans out there.
Okay, so it's Maccabi Haifa. All right, cool. Let's just hashtag that so then they can all see it and then just like give us interactions on the comment making fun of me and saying I can't pronounce it properly.
I mean, they're the team that's going to beat us now because we're just completely showing.
Yeah, well, you never know. I mean, the last time we went in that region, we went and played Galatasaray and they forgot to like dry their pitch out. So who knows? They might do that on us. Be like, oh, hey, yeah, no, totally sorry. We just had like a huge snowstorm. We're just gonna make you play through this like muddy field, anyways.
Sounds like MLS.
I know. No, it's like every pickup soccer field in the United States. It's like literally, they're just like, oh yeah, there's like grass over there that you could step on. I mean, yeah, sure, you blow out your ACL, no problem. But hey, there's crabgrass.
Yeah,
but
it's bad. I'm sure it's still better than what we have in Canada too.
Come on! I thought
sports seriously.
Seriously, I thought Canadians have like indoor turf facilities, like turf fields.
Yeah, the bigger cities do.
Yeah,
that's for sure. And when I lived, actually, I was out on the East Coast, and I was at saw a couple nice facilities actually. But the outdoor one, because it rains so much there, might as well just go swimming.
Yeah, like, because where I'm in Michigan, it's just grass and that's it. Like, we don't, even though we have like a huge like Latin community in Michigan, and you'd expect like us to have better fields. No, they're all torn up and terrible. Like, New York has Pier 5, which is just literally turf fields on the edge of the water, which is ridiculous. And I was in Philly for work a couple weeks ago, and they had like turf fields on top of skyscrapers in Philadelphia, and I'm like, why can't I have this? I'm like, I just need to move out here and just leave Michigan behind because, like, we'll literally have, like, I mean, I'm not going to knock them. There is some fields that have gotten better where they actually have AstroTurf now. But, like, the turf that, like, we would commonly see is, like, just literally just carpet turf. Like, there's no rubber inside of it. So, like, if you're sliding or if you're playing goalkeeper, you're just going to wake up with turf burn the next day. Or, like, even if you like accidentally slip and fall on it, just like rest in peace to your knee or your elbow because it's gonna sting every time you bend your leg the next day over. So it's like,
The sad thing is that we're talking about turf as if it's a good thing.
I know.
There's people out there that are just losing it right now that we're even mentioning turf.
Well, so like to those people, the only fields that anyone in the United States maintains is golf courses. That's the only time you're going to see like professional pitches anywhere is a golf course, like the fairway. Like that's the only grass that anyone in the US actually cares about maintaining. Cause like if you look at our pro soccer fields, like they're turf. Like most of the MLS teams have turf fields. Like it's not even actual grass. So like it's
that's
funny.
That's changing though, mind you. I'll give them some credit. Some of the teams are improving that.
That's why like for example on the summer tour, that's why like none of the European clubs will play at like MLS stadiums. Like they'll go to the they'll go to the Rose Bowl. Like they'll go to the Rose Bowl and then like the Iron Bowl. That's where Juve went when they're in Dallas because like they're going to these like old football stadiums that colleges use. So like the Rose Bowl is used by, I believe it's UCLA or USC. The USC uses the Coliseum, but UCLA uses the Rose Bowl, I think. So like it's like college football fields where it's like actual like grass and it's not even like well maintained grass because like American football like tears up your grass. It's like insane
Yeah,
because
the
like those cleats are like they're like metal knives. Because I used to be a field goal kicker when I was younger. So it's like, yeah, I remember kicking field goals right after the linemen ran drills was like the worst thing ever because like you couldn't put the football anywhere flat. So like either you're kicking the dirt and it's like killing your trajectory, or you're just like overshooting it and you're hitting the lineman in the ass. And it used to be funny because it's like the holder would bobble it and you would just line drive it and hit the guy from behind. Most funniest thing ever because they'd look at you and be like, seriously, dude? But yeah, grass
See,
fields.
Sorry, it's just because I love making fun of American football, and it's not my favorite sport. I understand it. I watch it. I've made a promise to some friends that I'll get into it. But yeah, saying that you're the field kick guy, it's like, oh, what do you do on the team? It's like, oh, once every 20 minutes, or so, I kick the ball once and go sit down again.
You see my argument? Like the thing that I used to throw at people back then when they're like, "Oh, you're just a field goal kicker." I'm like, "Bro, I score more points than like 90% of the team. So like chill." Like
Yeah, but you show up for 5 seconds every half hour.
I know, like I show up for like 5 to 10 seconds of play. I'm just sitting there. I just dink it in between the uprights and I do a dance and then I walk off. But like I wish I could share it, but like I have clips of me when we're doing kickoffs. So if anyone doesn't know American football, so after every team scores, like the kickers on the teams kick the ball to the opposing team and then you tackle them and that's what their field position is. So there's actually clips of me like actually tackling some of the running backs because like I used to do the tackling drills with like the linemen and the linebackers are like your big hunky dudes. Like these guys are huge. So like
sexy or just like
yes. No. But like they're like your 6'5", 200 plus pound behemoths. So like my coach back then thought it'd be funny if he threw me in there as to do tackling stations with them. Kickers don't do tackling stations. I didn't know this at the time because I was young, dumb, and naive. So I'm lining up and there's this guy that's like 3 times my size and he's looking at me and they're like, "Yeah, Dash, you need to tackle this guy." I'm like, "How?" So, and then it's like, I remember the first couple of times these guys would just run right through me, pause, but like they would just absolutely lay me out like it's nothing. And then it's like you start getting used to it. So I remember the one game where this running back was supposed to go to like a college where I was at because he was that good. And then it's like on the clip, you'll see me just scraggling and just come in and just shoulder check him out of bounds. Like I grabbed him, like I hugged him and then I threw him down. And I had so much adrenaline. Like you just see me just do like this weird like Ronaldo C before Ronaldo did the C. So it was like,
so you're taking credit for that too.
Yeah, come at me, Ronaldo. I'm going to trademark that. We can look at the dates. I did it before it was cool. Just stick with your commander pose. But but yeah, no. I mean, it's funny. We got off on this tangent about grass, and we went in a different kind of football.
No,
but
it's all good.
Yeah, but yeah, it was. Grass fields in the U.S. are terrible, and field goal kicking is probably one of the. I think it's harder to do than a penalty kick, like taking a PK in clutch time. Because the thing is like, we look at it on TV and it looks seamless, but being in it in your perspective or my perspective doing it. So in reality, guys, the second the ball is snapped and put into the position for you to kick it, you have less than 3 seconds. So like the second the long snapper snaps the ball back to the field goal holder, your countdown starts then.
But it's more than that too. You have 3 seconds until you're murdered, essentially.
Yeah, 3 seconds until you're murdered, pretty much. Because like the thing is like before you kick, I mean, there's like rules that you can't tackle the kicker, etc. But like the thing is if the ball gets fumbled, so like for example, if the holder fumbles the ball, they can hit you.
Yeah.
Because then you're technically a legal player in the field of play. Because like for example, they would use it as, oh, the kicker's blocking for the other guy, so let me take out the kicker. But yeah, you have less than 3 seconds to do about 4 steps, like 4 steps, full stride. And kicking a football is different than kicking an actual football. Like it's just the shape where you have to hit it to get the trajectory and everything. Because like for example, if you're off by an angle, you're missing it by 10 yards, or if you slice it, you're going wide. And the thing is when you're a kicker, man, the second you miss, they're putting you in the unemployment line. Because the thing is, American football, they're crude on kickers. Because it's like, bro, you have one job, do it.
Well, and let's be honest. If you make it to any real professional level of American football, you're going to get CTE after 3 years, and you're going to be in the unemployment line regardless. So,
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. But not as a kicker because you don't
not
get
as a
hit.
kicker. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
you
it's
just you're the guy they bring back for like the kids' activities. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, he's a member of the Lions," and and everyone's like, "What did he do?" "Oh, he's just a kicker."
he's the only guy that can show up to the
Yeah, he's the
grade
only
6
guy.
class without drooling on himself.
Yeah, he's the only guy that can show that can capably function properly.
Anyways, we've you know what, I hate when people go down on the American football train. And here we are, I'm doing it myself. I don't even watch this stuff. But I mean, it's all good. There's enough
Yeah,
enough
it's like
fans out there, hopefully.
it's like we hit the like. If we do a like threshold, we'll see Davide start doing field goal kicks now. No.
Oh yeah, I mean that'll be fun. I'll snap some. I've tried. I mean, it is hard. It's a round oval type ball thing. It's it's messed up. It's a weird sport. It's definitely different than traditional. And I think if it wasn't for the powerhouse of America behind it, I don't really know how popular this sport would have even become.
Yeah.
But,
No, and the crazy thing about it, guys, is all of those. So there's 32 teams in the NFL. All of those are worth more than any club. The only club that's worth more is Manchester United, but Manchester United is owned by a guy that owns an NFL team. So
yeah, I suppose.
yeah.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Yeah, we were supposed to. Yeah, we were talking about the draw. So, yeah, I guess at the end of the day, you're not concerned. I'm not either. I suppose what you said is pretty much bang on. We always get out of the group. What do we do after the group? That's
That's
the
my
question.
that's my thing. So I'm saying, hey, let's try something new. Finish second, maybe get a Bayern or a Man City and magically upset them because then the pressure's on them. Pressure won't be on us that time. Because, we've had some really good draws when we were the underdog in the round of 16. Like, I think that's the funny thing is like, that's like the one draw that we've performed the best. Because, like, the only time when we've been, like, a clear favorite in the round of 16 was the one season that we went to the final against Real Madrid and we lost to them. Because we had Porto the round of 16. But, like, the Barcelona Champions League final that we played in, our first round was Dortmund. And that was a good Dortmund team. And then we went there and we upset them. And then, like, for example, even in 2017, 2018, we played against a really good Tottenham team. Again, that was like when Pochettino's stock was surging forward. Harry Kane, Son, Dele Alli, all those players were like performing very, very well.
Those were good years for them, yeah.
Yeah, so like we came in and it was like a 50-50 because like, that was after the final. We'd lost some players and, just Dybala was in his weird slump, and that's when I think Dybala's career officially ended for us, was back then. But we had a great game. I mean, we were down 2-0, we tied it up 2-2, won on away goals, and then, happy days. So like we were down 1-0 and then we went up 2. We got 2 from Higuain and Dybala in like less than a minute, and then we went to Real Madrid. But I think Juve's best Champions League performances were when we were underdogs. Like even like the Atletico comeback, because like
That was huge.
yeah, because technically, we were favorites, but Atletico was Europa League champions that season. Like they won the Europa League previously, so they came in the CL as Europa League champions. And the only thing is Atletico just didn't have a good offense. Their defense was ridiculously good. Like, oh my goodness, like that was insane. Like the fact that we were. Go ahead.
They're similar. Yeah, they're similar.
Yeah.
To Juve, like Simeone, just the defense first kind of mentality.
Yeah, Simeone is the Bush League defensive guru. Like he's like the you watch an Atletico team, man. When they go up a goal, they do some of the most Bush League tactics ever. Like all of a sudden, all of their players magically get hamstring and cramp pulls, and it's like, oh no, yeah, we gotta. Because like for me, it was funny because I was watching Man U versus Atletico in the Champions League last year with my dad. My dad's like, after Atletico scored, he's like, watch this. All of them are going to start falling and starting over-exaggerating like quad pulls or hamstring pulls. And it happened. I mean, it's a Simeone team. It's part of the game. Until you fix that part, it's always going to be like that. But I always thought it was funny. But
sounds like Dash has the train coming through.
I do. Unfortunately, I live by railroad tracks. It is the Milik train, the Milik Express, guys.
I had a feel that was coming. Oh, man. I'm apologizing more for the jokes now than the background noise. Jesus. Okay, so now that train is passed, let's get into the actual corny bits. Not your corny bits, but
oh darn.
It's corny nonetheless. So if you guys haven't heard yet, the Juventus U23 team is allegedly going to be called Juventus Next Gen, which
I think we lost Davide for a minute, guys. Might be having some technical difficulties, but carrying on the segue here, though, the Juventus under-23 team has decided to change their name up to Juventus Next Gen. So I guess somebody in our board ended up watching Star Trek Next Generation and was inspired to change the under-23 team to Juventus Next Generation. So give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get Davide back on here. But yeah, we're experiencing just a brief technical difficulty, but Davide will hop on shortly. But just going on to that, so it's a move that's been done. I think they're just trying to cater to essentially shifting the under 23 to more so a group of just getting players ready for the next tier, the next level of Serie A. So they're calling it the Next Gen. I mean, it's a corny name. I mean, granted, it's a little bit weird because a lot of your other teams will just call them the under 23s or Juventus B, or like, for example, Barcelona calls them as Barcelona B. But, it's not, not anything too crazy. It is what it is at some points, but all right, I think we're working on getting him back on. But moving on to that segue as we're getting on towards, while we're waiting for Davide to hop back on, we'll kick off the good old Roma preview. So we'll start talking, let's talk some Roma real quick, some Roma Juventus. So this Saturday, we're going to see a super showdown in the Thunderdome. So it's going to be Juventus and Roma. So this is going to be an enticing matchup. The reason is because we look at it, it's going to be Dybala coming back. So it's going to be a prove-it game for Dybala against us, as well as Roma's been getting a lot of hype this year. Whether or not that we think it's deservedly so, maybe not. They did get some players in. It looks like Mourinho's going into his little second year kind of thing where allegedly he does better on his second year, and they're trying to build off of the Conference League one that they got last year. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Tactics-wise, I think it might be an open game. It depends. I don't think Allegri's going to sit back too deep. I would be surprised if Allegri plays for a draw here, but you never know. It is Allegri after all. But I'm going to pull up some projected starting lineups for this. So I believe what they're saying is Juve is going to be running. Oh, there he is. He's back.
all right. I'm visual.
Yep, you're back on.
Okay, I know. Okay, we're back. And let me turn off my phone now that I can. Okay, well that was embarrassing. I'm sorry. My computer just completely gave up.
Yeah,
he's back up and running now.
That's what happens, man. You were talking smack about the Milik man, and he was just like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna hack on your system and adios to your computer, my guy."
No, I know what the price. It was a memory failure. Just I don't want to get too techie. If you're a tech nerd and want to get into the techie stuff offline, I'll get into the techie stuff with you. But I'm not going to bore you guys with it now.
Yeah, so not really much. I just touched a little bit on the next gen, and then I was talking a little bit about Roma and Juve.
Yeah, no, I was listening to you on my phone as I was waiting for things to boot up.
No, I gotcha. So looking at some of the projected lineups, so I'm gonna pull up a tweet here. So possible. So Romeo Agresti said that this is going to be the possible starting 11 for us. So it's going to be Perrin back in net. So that's interesting that he's keeping Perrin over Szczesny, because Szczesny's technically supposed to be back by now. So you have DeCilio, Danilo, Bremer, and Sandro. So this is going to be something I'm a little bit worried about, because Danilo will be playing as a center back. This is what it's alleging as. And then this is where it gets interesting, because it's not going to be a 4-3-3. It's going to be a little bit more different. It's going to be a 4-2-3-1. So you'll have.
I had a question about that, actually, because I never saw the actual formation. I've only seen the names. You have sources with the formations now?
The formation hasn't been put out, but looking at the player personnel, that's what I'm thinking that the formation's going to be. So it's a thing, because he said, so it says Tetraste, Locatelli, e Rabiot e Mezio alla campo. So that means those two are going to be essentially in the center of the park, just those two. So what I'm assuming, and I'm not Italian, don't speak Italian, but just kind of reading in between the lines, it looks like Allegri's going to go with the 4-2-3-1, or the star attack, essentially. But what that does is that makes Locatelli and Rabiot pivots. I think Rabiot plays really well as a pivot instead of having him go up, because, again, he's clueless. You just need to tell him point, tackle, and that's how he operates. So having Locatelli and Rabiot being your deep-lying midfielders, and then up top, it's going to be Cuadrado on the right, McKennie in the middle, Kostic on the left, and Vlahovic there. I'm a little bit skeptical about McKennie being there, because McKennie's in the number 10 role. He is a glorified header. I don't see him as a chance creator. He's not that guy yet. He hasn't proved it yet. So
no, sorry. I'm feeling you, but I don't know. I'll let you go. I have my reservations. I'm stumbling over my words because I do love the guy, but yeah, keep on.
Don't get me wrong. I love the dude. The dude's hilarious. Great guy. Chill. He's got a motor. He'll run, but like, there's just some things where I'm just like, why is he playing as a number 10? It makes no sense, because he's not. You're not that guy.
He's not an out-and-out 10. He is an attack-minded midfielder, but to be put in that 10 role,
he's like a Ramsey that doesn't get hurt like Ramsey does. Because like Ramsey was just kind of that guy that would just go up and bag a goal or bag an assist, but McKennie can use his head. That's the main difference there. But it looks like it's going to be a 4-2-3-1 formation for us. What I think Mourinho's going to run is, a 3-4-2-1. So he's going to probably run Rui Patricio as his goalkeeper, obviously. And then Mancini, Smalling, and Ibanez as his center backs. And then his middle of the park is going to be Karsdorp, Pellegrini, Cristante, and Spinazzola. And then his top two, that's going to be supplying Tammy Abraham, is going to be Paulo Dybala. And then since Zansuolio has a swollen shoulder, he's probably going to be replaced. Maybe El Shaarawy, maybe. I'm not too sure. I'm not a big Roma fan, so I don't know who Zaniolo's replacement or backup is, because I don't watch Roma at all, and I'm sure they have a backup because he gets hurt all the time. And then Tammy Abraham in the middle. So this is going to be interesting. Reason is because we're switching formations. We're not doing a 4-3-3. So you're not going to see the U-shape, guys. I can guarantee that tomorrow you guys will be spared of the U-shape. So you guys can.
No U-shapes.
Guarantees no U-shapes. With a 4-2-3-1, you cannot play a U-shape. It's just not possible. Just because of the players and where they're at. So there's no U-shape. Unless Rabiot just likes hiding behind Alexandro for some reason, because that's what he did against Sampdoria. And same thing with McKennie, just hiding behind Cuadrado. But I doubt it. I don't see that happening. So the U-shape is over, guys. So get all your memes, get all your jokes, get all your Twitter posts out now. Because tomorrow morning at 12 Eastern time for us, 6:30 p.m. Italian time, it dies.
And
we might get new memes.
The crazy thing is that all those memes anyways, they've kind of survived throughout the week.
I know, that's the funny thing.
It's very hard up on the U's right now.
Because they're still posting it now. They're just like, let's look at Juve's tactical formation. Let me see if I can pull it, because I think I
love saved. That guy too. He like throws the post up. It's like, look at this hilarious meme. I'm like, welcome to Monday.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
they're still hitting it.
It's on Twitter, so it's Squawka Football. He said, "This is Juventus passing network in Serie A so far, and it's literally a giant horseshoe." Like
Yeah.
it's like the players are all lining up like a horseshoe, and I thought that was like hysterically hilarious in my perspective. There, I was just laughing so hard because I was like, I'm like, really,
This is the
really.
next generation of football is what we have right here.
I know. Like, just the thing is like because Allegri has an Instagram page. I don't know how like private it is, but like he's got to see some of these memes, man.
Unless
Like
he just
his
doesn't subscribe to it. Like he probably has it
may,
all blocked out.
maybe, but like the algorithms on social media now is just like you look at one thing, or even if you say your name is Allegri, I'm sure his news feed is all Juventus stuff. Like, could you imagine? Like, same thing with his daughter too, because she's like an active social media user. Like, I feel bad for her, especially now. Like, could you imagine like everyone just sending her, sliding in her Instagram DMs, just sending her that U-shaped meme? Like, just be like, "Hey, can you tell your dad not to play like this?" Like, gosh, it's crazy, man. Like, to be honest with you, I'd love to see Conte read like DMs that people send him. Like, that would be hilarious. Like, just like
Well, he
Antonio
probably
Conte.
blocks those. You can block DMs unless you're active.
Yeah, I bet you he does. But like, I remember, I think, gosh, we got to do a video on it where we just like pull up Conte just for gags, where we just like see if Conte ever like reads like mean tweets directed at him. That'd be hilarious because like his accent's funny for it.
Yeah, we'll have to do that, and we do plan on doing this eventually. Something a little more late night, a little more loose and off the cuff, if you will. Not necessarily even talking football. I'm sure we will, but you know what I'm saying. It's just a little more liberal with our ideas and just kind of going after it. Maybe having a drink or two. We'll see how she goes. That kind of
Yeah,
idea. You know?
yeah, the mom spaghetti show because we just take it and throw it against the wall, see if it sticks.
Yeah.
But again, moving back on to Roma though, it's going to be an interesting game. I don't see anything because like the thing is like Zaniolo's out, so it's going to be their main guy is going to be Pellegrini. That's going to be their main goal scorer, their main attacker outside of Abraham. Because I'm sorry, Dybala, he's done. I saw the first two games with Roma. He still does the same crap he does with us. Like
Unless he's a classic showing up against your former team and
yeah,
who knows.
unless he does that. But I hope everybody boos him in the stadium because he deserves to get booed because
I don't
he.
know.
No, come on. His okay, all right. Maybe boo his
I'm not-
agent, not him.
No, yeah, I'm not down with that. I mean, things happen.
Yeah.
If
well,
he was on Inter, if he went to Inter, I could probably see that happening. But
I
whatever,
honestly,
it's Roma.
yeah, I honestly like he was literally on the verge, and I think Inter just got Lukaku thrown at him, and they're like Dybala who?
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't see Dybala creating anything for Roma. It's just he just doesn't have it. Like, I mean, like even the game against Cremonese, like he got subbed off early just because he wasn't offering anything to it. Like Pellegrini was their main guy against Cremonese. Like I was watching that game and I'm like looking at Pellegrini. I'm like, why don't we have him? Like he
Pellegrini's
is,
a baller, but he's Roman through and through.
yeah, like he is an amazing midfielder. Like, oh my goodness, like Pellegrini's insane.
That
Like,
that
you'll
goal
s-
he scored last year against us, he just a rocket
Yeah.
in midfield.
And then it's like and I remember seeing this one play. Unfortunately, he didn't score, but like he nutmegs two guys, cuts to the right, and takes a shot, and it just goes off the post. I'm like sitting there. I'm like, this is what Dybala was supposed to be, and he's not. Like that to me kind of irritates me because it's like, dude, we had this guy. Like we could have had something like a Pellegrini, but we didn't. We just got Dybala, who was like all good for the first 2 or 3 seasons, and then just stopped. It's like, and the thing is, it's like Roma Dybala is the same Dybala. I just think maybe because he's on a lower profile team. No offense to Roma fans, but like it's just, it's not really. I think he feels less pressured, but like there isn't a sizable difference in his play. Like I mean, going off of these 2 games, I don't see anything where it's like, oh, we missed out. I mean, it's too early to tell, but. This game might be quite easy if we're able to. If Rabiot turns into Patrick Vieira like he tends to do whenever we play in a 4-2-3-1 and lock down Pellegrini, it's our game to lose, in my opinion.
That
Because
might be his role too, because that's what
Yeah.
he can do is just get up and be a nuisance.
I mean that's what Allegri did against Inter. He told Rabiot, he's like, "Hey man, you see Marcelo Brozovic over there? Go man mark him the whole game. Don't do anything else because I don't need you to do anything else. Just man mark this guy." And I think that's what's going to happen because usually when Allegri plays a 4-2-3-1, that means he's trying to man mark somebody in the middle of the park. Because that means you have a defensive pivot and you have a playmaking pivot in a 4-2-3-1. So your playmaking pivot is going to be Locatelli. And then your defensive pivot, which is essentially your heat-seeking missile, it's going to be Rabiot. Because the goal of the defensive pivot is to essentially get in front of any shots or anything that's in front of the back line, any kind of dangerous plays where he wins the ball, Locatelli then takes the ball and distributes it up front. And who knows, this might be the formation that might actually help the squad for the time being. Instead of just running a 4-3-3, might be a 4-2-3-1. That might be the way to go. So we'll see how it handles Roma, and then he might adjust it with other squads. Because depth-wise, it might actually help us better, per se, because it's less taxing than a 4-3-3. Because your 4-3-3, your midfield three are probably your biggest things for it. Because if you don't have the right personnel, or if the personnel can't execute what they're supposed to do, your 4-3-3 turns into a 4-U-3. So,
Oh boy.
so yeah, so like you got to look at it from that perspective. I think. We'll see how it goes. If it goes well, run it. Let's keep running it until, it doesn't work. Because I remember in 2016, 2017, the year that we went to the Champions League final, Allegri was running the 3-5-2. Just wasn't kicking it. And then he switched to the 4-2-3-1. We were insane. And we went on that run and went to the Champions League final. So like we had the Champions League record. I almost think we almost had it where we only conceded 2 goals the entire tournament until we got to the final, obviously. But like it just worked. I think that might be one of those formations where you do it, it works, run it, just go for it at that point. So that's my thoughts on Roma.
And sorry, I am looking off the side here because ever since my computer crashed, my chat's gone. Using my phone, so I apologize. But 2K Champion already has his prediction in. He's given a 1-0.
Yes,
Milik shocker, or Vlahovic.
The Milik man. He said the Milik man.
Yes, the Milik man. What do you think tomorrow?
I kind of want to say a 2-0 win on us. That's kind of what my gut's telling me. I think Vlahovic will get back to scoring again, and just because of it, because I've been supporting this guy for the last 40 minutes. Substitute, come on, the Milik man header from a corner, bangs in his debut goal.
Well, you guys heard it here first. Milik is gonna get his first goal tomorrow, and we're all jumping on the bandwagon after a 40-minute session of convincing ourselves of doing so. Yeah, personally, I think we might have a bit of I'm hoping. This is just me hoping for excitement tomorrow. Like that 4-3 shocker we had last year. I think it'll be, let's say, 3-2 for Juve. They'll get the home win.
You think it's going to be a high-scoring game?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Sure.
That's fair.
I want it
That's
to be.
fair.
I'm gonna try to will it into the universe.
Well, so I can say this though. I can say one thing that's not going to happen. You're not going to see a De Ligt handball. That's almost made us almost made us flip our tables.
Yeah.
But you never know. We might say what is it, Deschilino? When Deschilino channels in his inner Ronaldinho, because like apparently he just likes playing against Roma. So
yeah, I mean, hopefully everyone shows up. We hoped that last week and it didn't, but it's not even a brand new week. I'm sorry, it's been 5 days, but it's it's a brand new weekend. So that's what I'm hoping for. But before we wrap it up here, because we're just hitting the hour mark, with the trains rolling through, with my computer completely just crap in the bed. I mean, it's been a Friday, even just getting to this point. It's just one of those days, so I hope you guys can have fun just stumbling down the stairs with us. But I got my new swag in. I alluded last week it takes a while for things to come in from the States because, I mean, border security, just what it is. But I'm not wearing it just yet, but I just got this in the mail. Oh, that's the back. I love the back. Turin Giants, 1987. And I got the Pirlo one, because I love the Pirlo. And I thought here, so I don't know if you guys have watched unboxing videos on the internet. There's a weird niche for it. Have you ever watched any of those weird unboxing videos?
yeah, I'm about to watch my first one right now.
First one. I'm getting weird about it, guys.
Yeah,
So,
just be like, yeah, you slide those scissors in between those cartons. No.
Here they are. Alrighty.
Wait, don't you need to wear like anti-powdered gloves? Because that's like the thing where, Yeah, I mean, I've seen like trading card unboxings because like I'm a huge avid trading card collector. But like the guy will take it, open the pack of cards, and just like sniff it, and just be like, "Ah, guys, love that new card smell." So you might want to get that new poster smell out.
Oh, baby. Yeah, so you can get all of these at turngiants.com. Oh, yeah, the brand new, the posters when they're all curled up and you can't get them straight yet.
I know. That's when you have to find one of those bigger picture frames and just put it in there, just so it'll flatten out.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I am going to get a picture frame for both of these. I love this. Because I love Chiellini, big defender. That's the, what do you call it? The Death Stare. The Death Stare is the name of this one.
Gosh, oh, I wonder if they have a poster of the one where he like tackles Ronaldo. It's the headband game where he comes at Ronaldo with it, and he's like Ronaldo just
That's
like
the same game, I think. Yeah.
yeah, it's the same game where he could see Ronaldo like lose his mind.
That's actually a really nice print. The quality. I know you guys can't see it on camera how good the print is, but it's nice and it is a card stock. And our boy Marquisio.
El Principal.
Yes. I know, I'm not doing it justice because it's all curled up. I'm going to get these behind my wall. I just wanted to do a really weird unboxing segment just to see if it was a thing that people like. If not, whatever, I won't do it again. But maybe replace or add to my background here a bit, make it a little bit more Juve. Obviously, I got airplanes and stuff like that. It's kind of a thing I'm into, if you haven't noticed yet. But that's that. It will be an evolution as time goes on. We'll improve everything. So
breaking news, like Inter just got clapped 3-1 by Lazio.
Yes.
So to all you U-shapers, you anti-Allegri people, at least we didn't get clapped 3-1.
Well, not yet. So let's keep those positive vibes going because that's not what we want to happen. We want to have a positive show this week. So, yeah. Any last words of wisdom before we prepare for tomorrow?
Just take it easy, drink some espresso, get some Milik Man, get some milk from the Milik Man. No, that sounded weird. Never mind. Just kidding. But no, but hey, just everybody, just get ready. We're gonna have a blast with Roma. It's gonna be a fun game. Inter lost, so go to every single Inter Twitter page and just say, "Ha, you guys lost to sorry." But
or save your mental health and just delete your Twitter account. It's probably the best option.
I know. Just do that. But yeah, just remember, like, comment, just drop a little quick comment, a quick hey, thanks for the video, or even do Milik Man or got Milik. Let's just get some trends going. Get some merch.
Yeah, some Milik
we'll
get things going for sure.
It'd be funny if he actually ends up scoring like 20 goals this season and plays really well, and then like we'd refer to this video where we were hyping him up back then, and everyone was calling us idiots for doing it, and I'll be like, well, who's laughing now? But
please, if you want to call me an idiot, absolutely do so. Just make sure you do it to my face, and I will absolutely have you on live or pre-recorded, whichever. But let's do this face to face because if you got beef, I want to do this real time.
I know. Yeah, that's a fun thing about caller podcast shows because like everyone will come in and drop a hot take, and then like you put them front and center, and like you put the camera on them, and you're like, all right, cool. So you said this about this. Tell me why.
Yeah, and we will. That is a plan. Haven't figured it out exactly. One of the reasons why we need you guys to like, subscribe, do all that stuff, get more people in here, because we want to do a live radio show where you guys can call in. And I don't know if I'm going to do that off the Discord yet. If we get, that's going to be up to the users' Discord, Spotify. There's a couple platforms we can do this through. But absolutely, there's ways for you guys to phone in live and just give us your takes, what your feelings are, because we want to hear about you, we want to hear about you, but we want to hear what you guys have to say about things. It gets boring when it's just the two of us every single week. We want the fans involved, so please tell your friends, tell your family, tell your wife, tell everyone, get involved, and just let's start talking Juve. It's a great community we got going here. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we will hit you up post-game Roma. We haven't decided, either tomorrow night or hit you Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Keep you guys on your toes.
you never know. And hopefully the scheduling works this time. Again, I know why the scheduling. I'm not boring you with it. Take care, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate all the love and support, and we'll see you soon. Good night.